Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, live in the warehouse at the Novel Blend Bookstore in Kingsville, Texas, it's Caleb Brown and the original South 77 Band. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, we got the whole South 77 Band technically because we got Mr. Sammy Ghetto Jr. in the house too. All right, so we're going to be kicking it off here. We're going to be playing some songs off the record coming out. It'll be February 12th of this coming year, if we make it that long. So we got probably 5 or 6 songs we'll share with y'all, and we'll open it up to the room for whatever y'all got. Questions, applause, revisions, last minute. But it's already recorded, so I'll take them with a grain of salt for next time. This first one's called Lumber and Gasoline. I wrote it while I was trying to build a fence. Dollar just ain't worth a damn no more. Ain't worth half of what it was before. It can't buy you a quarter of what it ought to at the pump. And for the gas it takes to take my pickup to the dump. Well, the best advice that I have ever known: save a buck, boy, and do it on your own. I ain't trying to build no house of straw, but times is getting hard. Ever since the big bad wolf done bought up all those lumber yards. So stuff it with your politics. I don't care about red or blue. They don't give a damn about me. They don't give a damn about you. I'm about to have to build a house out of driftwood that I found. Find some old dead dinosaurs and just pump them at the ground. 'Cause can't afford no Tesla run on electricity. Keep them greenbacks, I'll take lumber and gasoline. Don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Think I might be going crazy, tell the truth. Maybe I do it to myself, but I guess it's just as well. Sit back and crack a cold one while the whole world goes to hell. So stuff it with your politics. I don't care about red or blue. They don't give a damn about me. They don't give a damn about you. Hey, I'm about to have to build a house out of driftwood that I found. Find some old dead dinosaurs and just pump them out the ground. 'Cause can't afford no Tesla run on electricity. Keep him greenbacks, I'll take lumber and gasoline. Maybe I ought to think of more important things, like trying to earn my head on a pair of wings. Guess I got a family now to think of after all. If we work real hard, maybe we could live in a rented 2-horse stall. Yeah, so stuff it with your politics. I don't care about red or blue. They don't give a damn about me. They don't give a damn about you. Yeah, I'm about to have to build a house out of driftwood that I found. Find some old dead dinosaurs. I'm gonna pump them at the ground. 'Cause I can't afford no Tesla run on electricity. Keep him greenbacks, I'll take lumber and gasoline. Give me that lumber and gasoline. good. We're recording. All right. So I wrote that song about, I don't know. I've been told it's a political song, but I think it's kind of an anti-political song. It depends on which way you slice it. But
I did not know you were a hippie.
do hippies usually have trouble buying lumber and gasoline? You know my heart's been stepped on. It's been shot all full of holes. It's been beat up and bet on. It's been bought. It's been sold. It ain't feeling nothing tonight. Ain't felt before. Matter of fact, it was starting to ask when you'd walk on out that door. So don't you bother with apologizing. Save your breath and go. Wiping tears on out your eyes. This is my fault. I should have known. Ain't the first one to do me wrong. Ain't the last to be untrue. You just painted me a different shade of blue. I can never claim you, though I try to set the spark. While I entertained you, I had no place in your heart. Now I'm heading south, Lord. I'm once more free to roam. You're on a train back to Dallas, where you know I'll never go. So don't you bother with apologizing. Save your breath and go. Wipe them tears on out your eyes. This is my fault. I should have known. Ain't the first one to do me wrong. Ain't the last to be untrue. You just painted me a different shade of blue. Don't you bother with apologizing. Save your breath and go. Wipe them tears on out your eyes. This is my fault. I should have known. You ain't the first one to do me wrong. Ain't the last to be untrue. You just painted me a different shade of blue. Yeah, you just painted me a different shade of blue. Thank you very much. Well, before we get any further, Tom, I want to thank you for putting this on, hosting this. You know, opportunities like this don't fall in your lap. You just got to ask for them and hope that you ask someone gracious enough to to say yes, which you were, and I really appreciate that. And put on a little venue and coffee and cookies and everything like that. I call this a good, what is it, Tuesday? Yeah, a good Tuesday night.
Here in Kingsville, Texas.
All right, what we got next on the list, boys?
7 months over?
Yeah. Grace, you want to come join us? My lovely wife, Grace. Let me introduce the group. So we got the we kind of started this trio a few years back, and we kind of called ourselves Loyola Cruz. We did that for a while, and we're like, yeah, it's kind of a weird name, so we ended up changing it to South 77. And then we hired on Sammy Guetta Jr., and so we had Orly Zepeda on the guitar back there, making me sound like I know what I'm doing. Got Andy Cardona on the Cajon, and my wife Grace on the backup vocals here, and the shaker, the pill bottle shaker. My first shaker was made out of a Play-Doh bottle, or a Play-Doh container filled with like chia seeds and rice. So this is in true fashion. Cheese? Chia. All right. Kia. Let me get a harm on. Of course, I got the wrong one on though. These are like the jaws of life on this thing. They've almost taken my finger off a couple of times.
You got 9 others, you don't gotta be greedy.
My daughter's in the crowd. This is her first time hearing me play live in front of other people besides her. The first song that I sang her after she was born was Wichita Lineman. That's her lullaby now.
Love the pageantry.
Cool. Go for it. He doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Doesn't have 1 chance in hell to make it right. He's got a bottle of Jack Daniels, Lord, he's flying off the handle. He's been 7 months sober, he's blowing it tonight. Robbie got off a Greyhound bus this morning. Pair of aviator shades and a pack of Reds. With no suitcase and no baggage, just a handful of old habits. There'd been talk that boy was locked in jail or dead. See, he'd been gone for more than half a year now. Ain't nobody saw him go but me. Back when he split town real quick in a 94 Crown Vic, with a girl he barely knew in that front seat. Now he doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Doesn't have 1 chance in hell to make it right. He's got a bottle of Jack Daniels, Lord, he's flying off the handle. He's been 7 months sober, he's blowing it tonight. Now folks in town, they used to talk about his daddy. Guess there ain't much to say about him now. Between his taste for bourbon whiskey and his love for getting frisky, ain't no telling which one put him in the ground. So Robbie went by to check up on his mama. Found out his brother'd put her in a home. He was so damn mad that he got his daddy's 410 full of buckshot. He run that no good brother out of town. He doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Doesn't have 1 chance in hell to make it right. He's got a bottle of Jack Daniels, Lord, he's flying off the handle. He's been 7 months sober, he's blowing it tonight. walking in the Green Jay. Fellas, I ain't got no dime for beer. Barkeep reached under the table, found a bottle of Black Label. Said, boy, don't you know your money's no good here. Now he doesn't have two nickels to rub together. Doesn't have one chance in hell to make it right. He's got a bottle of Jack Daniels, Lord, he's flying off the handle. Been 7 months sober, he's blowing it tonight. Got a bottle of Jack Daniels, Lord, he's flying off the handle. Been 7 months sober, he's blowing it tonight. Yeah, he's blowing it tonight. Thank you. Yeah, we're still recording. Perfect. So, this next tune I wrote several years ago, back when it was just like us practicing in July in the garage. It was like 150 degrees in there, and we'd just go out there and cook every single day. It was pretty horrible, but
It's worth it.
now
Great
it is.
memory.
We're in the air conditioning. It's easy to say that now.
You don't get as mad in the cool as you do in the hot garage.
Yeah, practice is more productive when you're angry, I've found. But so I wrote this one a few years back, and it was the first song that I dabbled around in writing, and I'd show them to Orly, and I'd like show them to some of my other friends. They'd be like, "Well, there's a bunch of words, and some of them rhyme." And I was like, "Thanks, that's very." I know that's exactly what I was going for, but no, this is the first one that I wrote, and it was Santa Fe. This is the first one I wrote, and everyone's like, "No, you have to, we have to do that one. We have to play that one live." And so this is a song about Santa Fe. Well, a man from Santa Fe, Texas, who's trying to get back there, and it's got a little twist ending there at the end. G chord. Go ahead and start us off and just give us a shuffle. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I was driving eastward up old Highway 59. Saw a man with his thumb sticking up near the Victoria City limit sign. There was just something about him so damn familiar to me. Someone that I used to know, or someone I used to be. Well, he thanked me as he climbed up, shook the dirt off of his boots, asked him for his business, just where he was going to. He said, son, I've got business damn near all across this state. I gotta be honest, you should just keep going straight. He said, I left my wallet in Laredo, left my hat on South Padre, guitar up in Houston, where I used to draw my pay. Lost my mind halfway to Austin on the day I drove away. So just drop me off on Highway 6. Left my heart in Santa Fe. Well, we drove a while in silence as the towns went flying by. while. Sat up straight, wiped the tears out of his eyes. He said, I've always made my living running round and writing songs. Never was a question about the road that I was on, until the day I met her after a Houston show I played. I'd give anything to relive those nights that we spent in Santa Fe. Well, I begged her to come with me. She begged me to stay. That was years ago now, but my mind goes back there every day. Said I left my wallet in Laredo, left my hat on South Padre, left my guitar up in Houston, where I used to draw my pay. Lost my mind halfway to Austin on the day I drove away. So just drop me off on Highway 6. Left my heart in Santa Fe. Just then I heard the sirens. He pressed his gun up to my side. When I looked back at him, tears had come back to his eyes. He said, I've done a lot of bad things just to make it where I am. I don't want to kill you, friend, I hope you understand. I said, don't you worry about me. Got 2 children and a wife. I plan to make it back to him. I reached for my knife. Left his wallet in Laredo, left his hat on South Padre, left his guitar up in Houston, where he used to draw his pay. Lost his mind halfway to Austin on the day he drove away. Left me dead outside El Campo, made it back to Santa Fe. Made it back to Santa Fe. Hey, yeah. Thank you. Well, that's quite a twist. Makes the whole thing a murder ballad after it's all over, doesn't it?
Murder ballad, I like that. Murder's my favorite.
Watch list. Believe it or not, straight to Brazil.
This is Will Ferrell, right? Get hard.
So, we got together last night and ran through all these songs maybe once, twice for some of. Yeah, we sprinted through all of them real quick. We hadn't seen each other in a while, but every time we get together, we talked about this, Tom, with you, and it'll just be like a year, and I'll call them up and say hey, I'm heading into town. They're like, all right, well, where's the gig? Because I know you're probably trying to get one. So this is a really unique thing, so we're trying to get it all professional, and we had an actual rehearsal. So that's new for us. We usually just meet up and see each other for the first time as we're plugging in. Well, I guess that's up to us, isn't it? You want to do the Jealous Kind?
Yeah.
This is the Jealous Kind. This is a single I put out. I'm going to censor it because it's a little bit got some language in it, and my grandparents are here. Not that they haven't heard it already, but so this is the Jealous Kind. This is the first single to come out on the album. It came out this past month, so it's out streaming now. 1, 2, 3. See you right in town again, just doe-eyed and free, with the same come and getting me grin you used to flash at me. See, you're buying your own drinks now, like you used to do. She'll dance with any hayseed hick who flashes eyes at you. Band's playing all the right stuff, you tap your foot along. You don't leave the dance floor when they play our old song. Guess I ought to quit staring in the mirror above the bar. Who am I to get upset? Hell, it's just the way you are. Don't you worry about me, honey, I'll probably be just fine. Wouldn't want to waste your precious time. Go ahead if it helps you sleep and if it gives you peace of mind. Tell yourself that I'm not the jealous kind. Hey, bartender, give me something more than beer. Besides a strung out girl and high heel boots, what's the cheapest thing in here? I'm a little too sober for this kind of talk. Keep that Kentucky coming till I can't hardly walk. Guess it's good that it's a small town, come to think of it. If you're getting messed up on a Tuesday night, you're just in the thick of it. Don't you worry about me, honey, I'll probably be just fine. Wouldn't want to waste your precious time. Go ahead if it helps you sleep and if it gives you peace of mind. Tell yourself that I'm not the jealous kind. Who the hell's she leaving with? Tea from out of town. She had a run of the rodeo. She walks out with a clown. Don't you worry about me, honey, I'll probably be just fine. Wouldn't want to waste your precious time. Go ahead if it helps you sleep and if it gives you peace of mind. Tell yourself I'm not the jealous kind. Tell yourself that I'm not the jealous kind. My daughter likes that one.
Abigail loves it.
What's that? Well, what else did we run over, boys? What about Mexico? So the song I played earlier, the the one I did earlier is 7 Months Sober, is about a guy named Robbie, and that's my dad's name, but it's in no way based on him. It's just about a small town kid and his escapades. But this one is inspired by my dad. Back when Clayburg was semi-dry, right? It was beer only, no liquor in the county lines. So
The dark ages.
I barely know. So, you know, it was just beer and wine, and not even. So, well, apparently not even.
Nope.
So when Clayburg was a dry county, you could drive south of the county line to the liquor store that was like sitting, like, just plain for everyone to see, just across the. Yeah. So just across the county line, and so Dad would tell me that sometimes they just say to hell with it and go down to Mexico for the night. And there was was the Garland family owned a bar down there? Yeah. Yeah.
Mexico's never a dry.
So I wrote this song called What About Mexico, and I'm hoping this is in tune now. Andy? What good is a Friday in a dry county They ain't sold a bottle of booze in this town since 1920. I know there's a liquor store south of that county line. Oh, but I've got something a little more southern on my mind. So what about Mexico? Nobody's gotta know. When the sun goes down, we'll already be south of that Rio. Let's have a cerveza or two, talk about me and you. No place that I'd rather go. So what about Mexico? Maybe I'm old-fashioned, I know how to have a good time, and it's usually complimented with just a hint of salt and lime. I know a bar down there, it's owned by some family friends, and they'll keep on pouring tequila till 5 a.m. So what about Mexico? Nobody's gotta know. When the sun goes down, we'll already be south of that Rio. Have a cerveza or three, talk about you and me. No place that I'd rather go. So what about Mexico? What about Mexico? Nobody's gotta know. When the sun goes down, we'll already be south of that Rio. Tabac, Ramos, gin fizz, forget what day it is. No place that I'd rather go. So what about Mexico? No place that I'd rather go. So baby, what about Mexico? Well, you got anything for me? I think we'll close out with that one, probably.
You gonna do that one?
With a Pantera.
All right, let's do some songs for the Bay. Still works. Yeah. So Grace sang with me on the record. And the only other person that played an instrument on it was actually Orly. Because way back when, we were trying our hand at recording in the garage, and kind of didn't sound too great. But he had this Marshall full stack, right?
I did not.
Or was it a half stack? You were playing out of that Marshall for a while, so he was borrowing one.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so,
from Mr. Cup.
Yeah, we took that mic and just put it straight up against the face of that Marshall, and he played a solo for the song "Fill It Up" that's going on there. That it was just so cool. Like whenever I moved, I was decided I was going to re-record it, and I was digging through all my old computer files, Dropbox, my Google Drive, and and so I finally found it, and I put it on there and just fit so perfect. But other than that, I played all these tracks, so I had to learn quite a few instruments to figure out how to record a record. It was a fun little journey, but the things we do in Florida. don't know this song's about you. Maybe we're better off that way. 'Cause you're in his arms while I'm south of Corpus, singing my songs to the bay. I bet you're talking forevers. You look deep in his eyes. Bet you're happy together. Don't know why I'm surprised. Meanwhile, I'm out here on the bayfront, watching those waves roll in, knowing that you're lying down with somebody else got me special kind of lonely again. Well, I bet you don't know this song's about you. Maybe we're better off that way. 'Cause you're in his arms while I'm south of Corpus, singing my songs to the bay. Bet you're not thinking about me when that midnight rolls around. Again, it's probably easy to forget about this sad little town. Hope that city is good to you, and I hope that he treats you okay. Doesn't work out, you can always come find me right here on the Baffin Bay. Well, I bet you don't know this song's about you. Maybe we're better off that way. 'Cause you're in his arms while I'm south of Corpus, singing my songs to the bay. Well, I bet you don't know this song's about you. Maybe we're better off that way. You're in his arms while I'm south of Corpus, just singing my songs to bay. Cool. That's another one of my older ones. Wrote a whole bunch of songs. Like I said, there were a bunch of words, and a lot of them rhymed, or a couple of them did. And we kept Santa Fe, and we kept Songs to the Bay. And it's just about being heartbroken growing up on the Baffin Bay.
Oh, poor you.
Well, I'm not anymore.
Everybody here did. I think it's more funny that we all did. Even like if you spread out, all of us. You see Instagram pictures of us at different points. Like after we left Kingsville,
Mm-hmm.
at some point somebody went to Loyola again.
Every time we're back. What you got for me, Tom?
Well, I was just wondering, with this being your first full-length album, and it's entitled "The Thing About a Memory," what was your biggest inspiration for that album?
It depends on what song you ask about. So the kind of the theme that I ended up going with, because it was a dilemma at first, and it became a theme. And these guys can tell you, I mean, even just from the little spread we played tonight, we had like kind of some rock sounding stuff. We had kind of some older country sounding stuff. So, you know, Different Shade of Blue was big George Strait inspired. I mean, it was just, I was thinking about You'll Always Be a Fire I Can't Put Out was one of them. And there's just so many songs of his that inspired that one, and the instrumentation that went into it, as well as the writing. And then, like the one we started on, Lumber and Gasoline, that I feel like I stole it from Waylon Jennings. I had to like check and make sure that he hadn't already written that song before I penned it. Exactly. Because she's telling me to hurry it up, but so you know, it really just depends on the song, and it kind of shows a wide inspiration. So like I said, what started as a dilemma and not being able to pin down and nail down my songwriting became what I would consider an asset, and just being inspired by a very versatile set of artists, and not being, you can only write the same song so many times,
Right?
You know what I mean? And so that was kind of what I was going for there, and it ended up working out. So, but we'll see, because the album's not out yet. It might tank.
I don't think it will tank.
Good thing I didn't spend any money on a studio.
So you're still currently serving in the Marine Corps. How has moving around the country and serving in the military inspired your writing?
Well, I like to think of it as one big tour. I just don't have a bus.
Okay.
You know, so I've been to Virginia, and I played up there for a while, and the brewery scene up there is awesome. But Virginia, for example, one of the songs coming out is it's called Blue and Gray and Red, and it was about all the Civil War like memories that exist up there, and going to Fredericksburg, and kind of you can just kind of feel it in the air. It's something's different there. It's like suspenseful, and so. Oh, it's super haunted. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. But I think just being able to go around and play my music to different people and see what sticks, because what I write in South Texas when I was just from here, or when I spent some time in College Station, Virginia, now Florida, I get to put the music in front of a lot of different people and see what sticks.
That's cool.
It's just throwing spaghetti at a bunch of different walls.
Now, you guys collaborated for this album. So how did you do that?
Well, for the recording of the album, we didn't. But what, like I said, except for that Fill It Up solo I ripped off Orly from years ago, but I give him credit. I tell everyone about it, but you know, I probably could have slipped one by you and not even. But no, so when our collaboration is, I produced this album, as well as, you know, I couldn't afford a producer in a studio, and and I didn't have the time to do all that. So it's just,
right.
You record someone you can, and these guys have been collaborating with me, and I know no matter where I go, you know, people may like this song, they may like that song, whatever, but I know when I call these guys up and I send them some music, they're going to tell me honestly what they think about it. And so I'll always bounce it off of Andy and Orly. Of course, Grace has been with me the whole time, and she's been my executive producer. And my biggest fan, it's not my mom anymore or my grandma, now it's my wife, so I'm moving up in the world. But yeah, they're just my sounding board for about everything I do.
Well, listen, Caleb, we appreciate you coming in. We were glad to host you and meet your family and friends. And
well, thank you for doing it. We're at the Novel Blend, downtown Kingsville. Y'all come in. Everyone talks about the things they want in a small town, and then they don't go spend their money there, and they wonder why they don't have nice things.
Well, we appreciate that,
Shop
Caleb.
local.
And for our listeners on Kingsville Community Radio, Caleb's CD, The Thing About a Memory, is streaming on February 12th here at the station and on Spotify and wherever else music is playing. Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you. We're going to close out with one more here. You ready? You were dressed like it was Baton Rouge on a summer afternoon. It was fall in Oklahoma, getting cold too soon. When I asked what brings a Gulf Coast girl way up into the plains, said I'm running from a hurricane and a promise that I made. Said you didn't like the smell of smoke, then you bummed a cigarette. Said this oil town's too small for you, but you learned to love it yet. I'd never been in love before, I tried to take it slow. You kissed me on the mouth under the first November snow. See, the thing about a memory is that's all that it has. Empty bottle don't do much to keep you warm. Dreaming of my Louisiana girl, and I wake up in fits like I'm standing freezing naked in a storm. Wonder where you are and where you've been, leaving me Oklahoma lonesome once again. You're my Creole talking, barefoot walking, melancholy gal. I was scarce more than a greenhorn when I look back on it now. Held me like a lover, Lord, you knew me like a friend. Face felt like a child's cupped inside my callous hands. Pinned me from the get-go, called me from the start. Had too many miles beneath my feet and too few on my heart. You'd stand out on the porch and stare southeast into the rain. I'll be damned if I could tell between your ecstasy and pain. See, the thing about a memory is that's all that it has. Empty bottle don't do much to keep you warm. Dreaming of my Louisiana girl, and now I wake up in fits like I'm standing freezing naked in a storm. I wonder where you are and where you've been, leaving me Oklahoma lonesome once again. Person doesn't have to die to leave you with a ghost. Make a mess of everything that you used to love the most. Ain't no rhyme or reason, Lord, there ain't no one to blame. Blew in like an old blue northern, and you leave me just the same. Ooh, do you still believe there's beauty in the pain? Last night I woke up screaming out your name. See, the thing about a memory is that's all that it has. Empty bottle don't do much to keep you warm. Dreaming of my Louisiana girl, and now I wake up in fits like I'm standing freezing naked in a storm. I wonder where you are and where you've been, Oklahoma lonesome once again. You were dressed like it was Baton Rouge on a summer afternoon. It was fall in Oklahoma, getting cold too soon. Thank y'all. It's been a great night on Kingsville Community Radio.